Hey everybody, this is the February 12th update on Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, and I've gathered some information from today, and hopefully, hey Bruce, how you doing? Hey Kodak, hey Teresa. So again, you can contact if you have any information or tips. You can contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. There's also a website you can go to, tips.fbi.gov. I do have Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates in the background, which I'll play momentarily, but I wanted to share some of the information that I did gather from sources available. First one is this picture that's out there where they did an estimate on the height of the individual. And like we talked about previously, excuse me, it's an estimate, don't forget. And they did utilize the porch area, I guess, the covering. So I wanted to share that with you. So it looks like this person is about 5'9" to 5'11". Again, just an estimate that they determined. Also, earlier today, if I can get this up there. Too bright, sorry. Let me kill this guy. So on TMZ, they actually had interesting information. So let me share that with you now. Let's go full and play.
There is new video, we are told, is on the FBI's radar in the Nancy Guthrie case. And it could be important, but we know it is in play. This video was shot at 1:52 in the morning at a home 5 miles from Nancy Guthrie's house. You see a man in the video, both wearing a backpack and holding a backpack. The backpack that he is holding has reflective stripes, similar to the backpack that the kidnapper was wearing at Nancy's door. It's unclear from the video exactly where those reflective stripes are located, but they are reflective stripes. And we know and reported yesterday that this is a Walmart backpack, which is fairly common. The man appears to try and open a gate at a residence, and he is unable to do it. So he leaves at 1:53. Now, timing here is critical. When you listen to the FBI last week, they said that Nancy's doorbell was disabled at 1:47. Our law enforcement sources directly connected to this case tell us that the video that they retrieved showing the kidnapper at Nancy Guthrie's door, that video was actually 2:12 a.m. Notice that when the FBI released it, they didn't give a timestamp. They didn't say when it was. But we are told by law enforcement sources it was 2:12 a.m. Where you see the kidnapper. That's the video that was retrieved. So now think about this. If the kidnapper is at Nancy's door at 2:12 a.m., and this person in this other video 5 miles away left that home at 1:53, there would be 19 minutes that person has, if that person is the kidnapper, and I stress if, 19 minutes to drive 5 miles, put on the disguise, and walk up to Nancy's door. Now, I want to really make this clear. We don't know this is the kidnapper. We do know this is something the FBI is actively looking at to determine if there's any connection. So that's why the face is blurred. We don't know it's him, but we know the FBI is looking at that. One more thing. As for the glove that was found yesterday, we are told that there were actually more than one glove found at that scene. So the FBI is looking at it to authenticate. And as we hear things, we will let you know. But as of now, that video that was shot 5 miles away has piqued the FBI's interest.
So that was from an ex post from TZMC, Harvey Levin, and I did put the link in the description. Sorry about the brightness. Let's try that. Might be a little better. And the reflection on my lenses. Sorry. But now I wanted to bring up a little bit of detail. This is day 12. We are talking about Nancy Guthrie, an 84-year-old woman. She was last seen on January 31st, early morning hours, February 1st. It's been based on the video of the person walking up to the door, potentially has abducted her. And the investigators are providing efforts remain intense in the area of Catalina Foothills, which is north of the Tucson, Arizona area. FBI is in support of the Pima County Sheriff's Department, continuing canvassing neighborhoods and surrounding desert terrain, looking for any physical evidence or new clues, which, as you heard, they were glove and then a pair of gloves were found. Also, you saw in yesterday's stream the video forensics. A white forensics tent had been set up on the front porch of Nancy's home as investigators process the scene. So again, they're going back again to find additional evidence if at all possible, right? So they're not, they're using the location, the initial location. Not that they're not also at Annie Guthrie's house. I've heard that throughout the day, but specifically at Nancy Guthrie's house, they're checking to see if there's additional evidence that they can collect. Authorities have also recovered multiple items of evidence during the search. They talked about the black gloves that were found near the home. Investigators say that the gloves resemble those seen on the hand of an individual captured on the doorbell camera footage the night Nancy disappeared. Gloves are now being examined, as Harvey had mentioned, and may undergo DNA testing or additional forensic testing. Meanwhile, law enforcement is urging neighbors within the area to review and submit security camera footage from specific dates in late January, hoping to identify suspicious activity or possible movements connected to the case. As of now, no arrests have been announced, and the investigation remains active and ongoing. So keep in mind, they are now expanding the camera footage they're requesting from the neighborhood to see if anything may have happened days prior or weeks prior as far as moving forward since last February 1st, or this February 1st. Again, you never know when someone's canvassing the area to do any harm, right? Or burglarize a home, that kind of thing. Also, there was another stream that came out after, but I'm going to first share Jonathan Lee Rich's stream that he's currently providing.
It's pretty rough stuff.
So who see they like I would never push anybody out of the way, but I'm not gonna let somebody push me out of the way. It's not gonna happen. You stand your ground. Because like there's moments when there's little gaps or something, everyone's squeezing. Like next thing I know, a lot of times I'll have cameras right on my shoulder, but I don't care. Like as long as you don't tell me to move out of the way, I don't care if there's a camera right next to me or whatever. I don't care about that. But I see a lot of times they arguing because they're all competitive networks. They got to get that money shot. I'm just out here just filming and documenting. If someone's in front of me or whatever like that, and they've been there, I'll find another spot. But no one's gonna make me move. However, out of courtesy here, standing in front of there, some of the journalists over there are like, "Hey, can you move down? We're about to do a live stream." Sure.
Yeah,
that's no big deal.
That's professional.
Yeah, and we're all out here. Change views, somebody says. You mean change views?
Go up at the top of the mountain?
Yeah, let's go to the top of the mountain. We'll go up to the top of the mountain.
Is this yours?
Yeah, let's just leave it down here. Right here. We'll go up the top of the mountain. You want to change views?
Okay, I want to share with you another screen, but I have to stop this screen to share the other screen. This is additional information. It's about 20-minute long from TMZ. So let me share that screen. Nope. Sorry. We want to go to this one? This one came out just a little while ago, 47 minutes ago. Okay.
Welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Branson Quirk.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
Welcome back, Eric.
Thank you for having me back.
Of course, of course. If you don't know Eric, he's on our TV show every day. You might have seen him on TMZ Live. He is our clearance. What's your title, Eric?
Supervising producer, clips and clearances.
So you're the head of the department that gets all of the videos, the photos that you see on TMZ.com, that you see on TMZ social media. You're the guy that
if
sees
you
it
send a
first.
tip about an asset, a video, photo, that's comes to me.
Got you. By the way, Eric, if you move your mic more closer. in
Oh,
front of you,
sure,
just so
absolutely.
people can hear you. Thank you.
Hey,
So, a lot of developments in the last 24 hours. This morning, we gave you what we had as things were breaking, but several new breaking developments during the day for the Nancy Guthrie missing person case. They continue to search for Nancy, but the FBI just released a few new updates, and we quite literally are bringing this up on our phone because it just was sent out by the FBI in Phoenix. So today, the FBI is increasing its reward up to $100,000, previously $50,000, for information leading to the location of Nancy Guthrie and or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance. New identifying details about the suspect in the kidnapping of Nancy have been confirmed after forensic analysis of the doorbell camera footage by the FBI's Operational Technology Division.
yeah. So a couple of things here, just because it's a really long presser.
Right,
We
right.
probably don't have to
I
do
could
the whole
go
thing.
on and on.
Yeah, but some of the key details, obviously, they're raising the reward to $100,000. They doubled it. They also did some, and we saw them outside the house today, and they put up a tent, and we believe this is what they were doing with the tent. They were mostly examining the porch area where the blood was seen,
Mhm.
and it seems like they may have matched the height based off the Nest camera footage that has been out,
Mhm.
and they're saying that it's a male suspect. I know people were talking about it being possibly a woman. FBI in Phoenix is saying it's a male suspect, approximately 5'9" to 5'10", with an average build. And they also confirmed, which we kind of confirmed yesterday, that the backpack that he was wearing is an Ozark Trail hiker backpack.
25-liter Ozark Trail hiker backpack.
And they've received over 13,000 tips from the public for this case. So, I mean, we've received probably almost that amount as well. And a lot of people are interested in this case. At-home sleuths are looking into it and saying what they could find. And
And there also was another video today that TMZ had obtained and seen. I mean, we didn't obtain it, but we saw it.
Yeah, it was going viral last night.
It was going viral last night. This is a separate video, and we can confirm that this was recorded 5 miles away from Nancy's home in Tucson. And you see a gentleman going up to a gate outside of a home, and this is in the early morning of February 1st, around 1:53 a.m. If you remember the timeline that authorities had released, it was around the early hour of 2 a.m. that this person had walked up to that Nest doorbell and disconnected the software, disconnected the camera, and obstructed it. So what people are saying now is that this gives this person, if this is the same person, from that 5 mile away area of the other area, this gives them about 18 minutes to leave that other area, go to Nancy's home, put on that masked outfit that we saw in the first video, and then approach Nancy's home and go inside.
Because one of the things that was similar to the other video is this guy was pretty clumsy. He's just kind of bumbling around in the yard looking for an open latch and that kind of stuff. So
a shrub, he grabbed shrub to cover the camera.
I'm talking about the guy in the yard of the clip today.
Oh, the new clip, right.
But they both are very seem haphazard and just kind of by the seat of their pants. So I think that's a clue. But also the guy in the video in the yard that we put out today is kind of wearing a similar outfit as well.
The backpack is what they're focusing on.
The backpack looks similar. The jacket looks similar. So yeah, I mean, at 2 a.m. in the middle of Tucson, it's not hard to get 5 miles away and then change really quickly.
And you see on this backpack, you see reflectors, which is the same reflectors that appears to be on the other backpack.
Yeah.
So you see similarities here.
But the thing is, if it was, if they did travel 5 miles to Nancy's house, you have to know where you're going.
Yeah.
Either that was the first stop when they pulled into that neighborhood, or they knew where they were going. So I think there's a lot of unanswered questions there as well.
A lot of
obviously.
unanswered questions. There's a lot of rumors, obviously, but it's important to pay attention to what the sheriff's department is releasing and the FBI, of course.
Yeah.
They're all over this. We know that the white tent has already been taken down in
Yeah.
front of Nancy's home. Unclear exactly what they were doing in there,
Well,
but
they were measuring the porch to get the height.
measuring the porch. Okay,
Yeah.
got you. And they are expected to release further statements in the next 24 hours as well.
Yeah, and then one thing is, they sent messages around on the neighbor app asking for video from anyone in the neighborhood. They originally had 2 dates in mind: January 11th between 9 p.m. and midnight, and then January 31st between 9:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. And they said that there's possibly a suspicious van in that time.
Mhm.
But now they've opened it up from January 1st to February 2nd. If anyone in the area has videos that seem suspicious of a person, of a van, anything like that. So they're really, widening the net.
You know what I'm so scared of, Eric? I'm really scared that this case won't ever be solved. I'm scared that if this thing doesn't heat up quickly, that this case could go cold for a very long time.
Yeah.
And that's obviously the worst case scenario. We know Savannah is still holding out hope. She posted some photos today and videos of her mom saying that she believes she's alive. She feels the prayers from everybody. But just put yourself in the shoes of Savannah Guthrie right now and the family. Just going on how many days now? How many days are we? We're about a week and a half, I believe. A week and a half. 2 weekends ago now. That Saturday night when they last saw her, dropped her off at the home. So,
and we talked about the black glove yesterday.
We talked about that this morning. There was a black glove that the FBI did discover as well on the side of the road, I believe 10 minutes away from Nancy's home.
Yeah, a mile and a half.
And if you watch the first video that Kash Patel from the FBI had released, you see that this person is wearing what appears to be black gloves, silicone latex type
Very
gloves.
specific looking gloves, very thick.
I talked to Charlie this morning, our other TMZ podcast host, and we were wondering if this person knew what they were doing, they wouldn't just throw their glove out the window. It's way too compromising.
Yeah, I feel like
it seems a little.
If that is the glove, it has to be a situation where they all got out of the car at some point.
But imagine the breakthrough, though.
Possibly, if God forbid, Nancy was taken to the middle of the desert and whatever, I feel like there should be more police presence in that area.
Yeah,
because a thick leather glove just doesn't fly out the window.
Right.
So maybe they were out. Maybe they just got out to pee.
But it also could be a glove from the back of someone's truck.
Yeah.
That just things fly out of trucks all the time. But imagine the breakthrough if they identify this glove as a part of the investigation to the alleged suspect. That's a huge breakthrough.
Yeah.
Because they will be able to fingerprint the inside of the glove. I don't know how it all works. I'm not a forensic
we got the
analysis
OJ case to look to, right?
Right. Right. We talked about that this morning.
Make sure it fits.
Yeah, you make sure the glove fits. Exactly. There is another development today, more specifically to TMZ in our tip box. We got another note sent to us. Just to give you some context, if you're not up to date, yesterday we got a note from someone claiming to have information about the suspect that has Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
They said if you send 1 Bitcoin to this address, and they listed the address, they would reveal the identity of the suspect. We sent it to the FBI. They were investigating it. No word on that whatsoever. But then today, this morning, 8 o'clock, Pacific time, just after 8, we got a second message, allegedly from the same person, basically saying, I am not being taken seriously. That's the quote, saying that the situation has changed from Wednesday to Thursday, and then claim that they need the Bitcoin, giving a reason why they're asking for it, which is around $65,000 to lay low after identifying the kidnapper, citing fear of retaliation.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Obviously, we both read the original ransom note that we received, the alleged ransom note. We've read this individual's 2 notes. This has been the scariest one so far.
Yeah.
Just some of the language in here, some of the things they're saying and that they're hinting at. It's just it's a crazy situation, very scary situation. But of course, yes, we handed this right over to the FBI, and they're looking at it, and the Bitcoin addresses are confirmed the same from yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Same with the other account. We're monitoring that to see if there's any activity in it.
There still is no activity as of the last time we saw.
Because we don't know if they sent this to another, station or media outlet.
And then someone sends them a Bitcoin. You never know with these things, because the address could populate at any time. If someone accidentally publishes the address, someone could think they're helping out and send money to the address. It's important to keep these things really protected. And that's why the FBI is keeping it hush hush.
He says he doesn't want to be incriminated like that Carlos guy. the delivery man who was detained the other night. So,
Yes, detained and released after several hours.
yeah.
But yeah, we will be on top of this. TMZ is continuing to monitor this day and night.
We have no choice to be on top of it. We're getting dragged in.
We're
by-
getting
by all
dragged
these
into it.
people.
Harvey Levin has been on CNN every single day right now, continuing to give more details.
There's this perception that Harvey's trying to rush and work it, but we are helping the FBI. We are giving them.
We're
These
giving them
tips, and
everything that we have.
they're giving us. We're getting this stuff from outside sources, and we're handing it right over. And I do believe in that process. We are helping them. So
yes, definitely,
doing what we can.
definitely, absolutely. Especially the initial ransom note that was sent out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, again, we'll be keeping on top of this tomorrow morning. Again, TMZ
What a week.
podcast is back. What a week it's been. Every day I say this. I hope for a resolution very soon. Well, we did pick another story to go into today. I know we've covered this every single
we
day.
Can't do 2 dark days of stories.
Right.
Let's lighten it up.
So I picked a story that is very close to Eric and I's hearts.
Yeah.
We are both massive wrestling fans.
So no disrespect to their topics on wrestling, but we're staying focused on Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. So let me now again share with you Jonathan Lee Ritchie's video, live stream, I should say,
I
from
wanted
the
to go over
Houston
to
area.
to see what's up before the sun goes down.
This is live.
The connection or the shot? Okay.
So as you heard also that the FBI has increased, doubled the reward money to $100,000 being offered for information leading to recovery or arrest. They received, TMZ received a recent ransom note this morning.
Okay.
Harvey Levin's working with law enforcement to provide information from TMZ's receipts, and hopefully all of this awareness brings a positive resolution in Nancy's safe return. Remember, she's an 84-year-old woman. She's obviously elderly with some medical issues and medications necessary to assist her as she's been on, as well as I'm looking for a later video that came out. I want to make sure. Say close the window unintentionally.
Well, the FBI increased its reward from $50,000 to $100,000 for any information leading to the location of the discovery and/or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in the disappearance. Now, we have been showing you this video of the suspect captured by Nancy Guthrie on camera in the early morning hours of February 1st. The FBI's operational technology division has.
So as you can tell, the news reporters are now reporting from mainstream media and other outlets. It's around that 5 o'clock time frame here in Arizona. Let me share this screen from X once again. And full screen.
TMZ has obtained a second email from the man who claims to know the identity of Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper. We told you yesterday that this man sent us an email saying that he will reveal the name if he gets 1 Bitcoin. We checked the account all day. He did not receive anything. The account is bare. So this morning, just after 8 a.m. Pacific time, he sent us this other email complaining that he is not being taken seriously. He says that he wants the Bitcoin, which is worth around $67,000, for several reasons. Number one, he says by coming forward, he will become a, as he puts it, a national rat. He also says, and this is a quote, he doesn't want to be, quote, incriminated like that guy Carlos. Remember, Carlos is the delivery man who was taken into custody a couple of days ago. Briefly, he was detained and then released. He says that he fears retaliation if he comes forward, and that he needs the Bitcoin because he's going to have to lay low after coming forward. And then he talks about a difference between yesterday and today. And we are not going to get specific about what he's talking about. It is chilling what he is insinuating here. But we have told law enforcement we're not going to get specific about that. But he makes it very clear here that this will be his second and last attempt. We have checked the Bitcoin address that he sent us. By the way, the one from yesterday and today, they are the same. And we checked the Bitcoin address just before I'm shooting this and talking to you. And again, there is nothing in that Bitcoin account, at least right now.
Okay, so that's kind of a reiteration, but you hear it directly from Highway 11. We'll go back to, if I can get this right, to Jonathan's live stream. Yeah, each day they expand their area for canvassing. Like I said earlier, they're reaching out to local neighbors to actually review footage from days, even weeks ago, to see if there's any
Thank you, Mr.
activity
It's good to
going
be
on.
here. As you can see, I am directly at Nancy Guthrie's house where the white tent was set up today. The mood is people are getting fed up. To your point, it is very much a snail's pace here. I mean, we have an update that 2 gloves have been found instead of 1 glove. They found the pair, and now this new video comes out. It's not much. I mean, even, to agree with the last gentleman, a former FBI agent, like this should have been done, this forensic analysis, on day 1, not day 12. And what are they really doing there? Are they using AI software to measure the height of some guy? I mean, I'm a carpenter. I could take my tape measure out and measure the bricks and figure that out myself. So
I do support law enforcement, FBI, Pima County Sheriff's Department, doing what they're doing. And it's not, in my perspective, it's not a snail's pace. It's actually activity going on behind the scenes that they may not be readily available to share with the public. So keeping that in mind, if anyone that you loved were in a situation like this, you would want them to do everything they can
so
to gather the proper
point. I was just there about 20 minutes ago, and it's in the same neighborhood. I mean, so it kind of makes sense. I mean, this, older family, you want to live by your parents, it makes sense. But there's, about 50 news agencies here right now. They've been here all day. But compared to Annie's house, there's only about 2 or 3. And they have a private security guard in their driveway, but it doesn't seem like anybody's home. So no action there today.
Again, I reiterate, there's activity going on behind the scenes, and as in any investigation, it might be seemingly that's a slow process, but I just believe that there's a lot of activity going on. Forensics analysis,
Very
evidence,
good.
reviewing all
Well, I appreciate it.
tip
Appreciate it.
calls.
I will. Thank you.
A lot of activity that is just
Okay, just
not
kinda
like when you're hurting and you don't have a caster in your arm, people don't realize you're hurting, that kind of thing. So keep that in mind as we're watching the screen like
Let's
this.
go out of here, folks.
And each day something new comes up because something new did come up and was shared. But not everything can be shared because they want to make sure they're securing proper evidence and gathering the evidence to solidify a case that they can actually bring forward the appropriate abductor and or abductors. And this is a real life situation. It's not a movie. This is not a TV series. And if you do have any information, if you are in the Arizona area or any other areas of the country, anything you can think of. Yesterday, we showed Kris Jenner's overlays. Again, not implicating one person, but just showing the comparison of how a previous band member of the son-in-law of Nancy's band that they had in the past kind of fit the layout of the ski mask. So keeping that in mind, I'm assuming FBI and or the Sheriff's Department are also doing similar facial recognition tools, if you will, checking out the videos, reaching out to businesses still further out than just close by. It's expanding day by day because they're trying to find out what has happened and what has gone on since February 1st. And I'm no crime expert. Trust me, I'm not an investigator. I'm just sharing my personal thoughts and how things happen. And in my other experiences, things take time. And as Jonathan said, there's over 50 reporters there. And that means there's a convoluted group of people, vehicles, that kind of thing. You also have folks that are onlookers walking through, neighbors in the area walking
Thanks.
through.
Keep me posted for tomorrow, and I'll try and feed you guys information as I get it.
Teresa makes a comment. I believe the overlay was
I'll be in town for 2 days here.
Joni, not bandmate. I think she did the same overlay for bandmate, and it didn't match. Okay, thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, just maybe like I'll call you once I'm like in the car ready to leave, so then you guys
Do keep in mind as sort of a recap. Nancy was last seen on late January 31st after family dinner and being dropped off at her home. After that, sometime early morning hours of February 1st, the recent video was released of someone walking up on the porch and potentially damaging the Nest camera by Google. And after that, we also saw a lot of activity at Annie Guthrie's house, approximately 4 miles away from Nancy's house. Nancy does have 3 children, and they have all done family videos to reach out to the abductor or abductors to get Nancy to safely come home. Also, the FBI has put out that reward money, so any tips or that leads to an arrest is available, so it's worth everybody's time. Remember that reported missing after failing to attend the scheduled church service occurred on February 1st. So approximately noon that day, the law enforcement was contacted, which then, once they arrived at Nancy's home, found evidence like the blood that they compared via DNA sample to Nancy's, realizing it's hers, turned this into a crime scene. It expanded from there. Keeping in mind also Nancy's personal belongings, including her phone, wallet, and car, still remained at the home, which implies that she may not have left voluntarily. And yes, the doorbell camera was disabled late that night, as well as her pacemaker monitoring connection dropped early morning that day. and the house that Nancy's home is treated as a crime scene. There's been activity recently of a delivery of food to the home, not realizing the delivery person may not have realized that it's a crime scene, so there was no Instagram messages from the sheriff's department alerting people not to send food over. The reporters probably are managing their own hydration, meaning fluids as well as foods. They also have coverage for the different stations there on site. There's activity at both homes. Also, Jonathan was alerted by a neighbor that there's a nearby school with abandoned buildings surrounding it. I'm assuming that that's been looked into. The canvassing of the area, not just the neighbors, but also the perimeter expanding into the
Over here,
mountains,
folks.
brush. Hence why they found the glove yesterday, and then the second glove, the matching pair. My assumption is Teresa
I'm out here just talking
Right.
talking to some people here,
students, parents
seeing
at
what
the
they know.
school. His beard and
And,
hairy stash from past photos. Was it recently trimmed up? Anything could have happened to change.
Yeah, I might go over to as soon as it gets dark here, I'm gonna go over to Annie and come on.
Huzzah! Huzzah! You miss your huzzah! Are you guys on? Okay, cool. Are you on or whatever you want?
Jonathan also reported yesterday how there's trash being left behind by everybody that's there, or some of those folks. So here in Arizona, we're really sticklers about keeping nature beautiful. So I hope anyone that is there is also doing a cleanup of themselves, right? Maintaining the area for what it deserves to look like. And the neighbors, I'm sure, would appreciate it. I believe yesterday evening, we also had waste management come through, picking up bins and trash. So there had to be some space on the streets for them to get through. There's been questions by neighbors about what if a fire breaks out and fire vehicles get through. So there's a lot of concerns by the neighborhood itself, and obviously the pedestrians, people walking through, having concerns about their safety. And as you may recall, any suspects, none have been publicly identified. There is a vehicle of interest under review, and that's through surveillance footage, tracking the direction, where the vehicle traveled, trying to get better view of maybe the passengers in the vehicle, the driver. All that takes time. If anyone's ever worked in scrubbing data and videos, it takes a long time to get that clear enough and clean enough, as well as tracking the surveillance videos from the surrounding areas to follow the direction of the vehicle. Multiple ransom note style messages have been received, and including one demanding multi-million-dollar Bitcoin payout. And the authenticity of those ransom style notes are under investigation themselves. And keep in mind, the family is also willing to pay for her safe return and urges direct communication from whoever has her. So those are the videos that have come out pleading with the abductor or abductors to bring Nancy home safely, or at least contact them and let them know where she's at so they can find her and bring her to get her medical attention and bring her home safely to be with her family. No one deserves to go through this. We don't know the reason why yet. There's been a lot of speculation out there. If you search on social media, if you watch the news, because we don't have a detailed information yet, that's what happens, right? But we have to give room for the law enforcement to do what they do behind the scenes, to prepare a case, gather evidence, and really pin down who or those one person or more that have been involved with this. And as I stated earlier, there's also a request from the neighborhood to surrounding neighborhoods also, not neighborhoods surrounding neighborhoods, not just the main street on Campbell, but to check out their security camera footage and to see if they found anything unusual, which they could provide to the FBI and or the Pima County Sheriff's Department to include in their investigation.
Now, we have been showing you this video of the suspect captured by Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera in the early morning hours of February 1st. The FBI's Operational Technology Division has been conducting a forensic analysis of the footage. Now, they can release some identifying details about the suspect. It's not a lot of information, but it could help narrow down the right person. The suspect is described as a male, approximately 5'9" to 5'10" in height, and he has an average build, but what may be key is what he's wearing. Now, take a good look at your screen. The FBI has identified the backpack the suspect is wearing. You can see it now on your screen. It's a black 25-liter Ozark Trail Hiker backpack that is a brand commonly sold at Walmart. Now, authorities are hopeful that these clues will hopefully concentrate the tips that they continue to receive from the public. Since February 1st, the FBI has received more than 13,000 tips. That's not including the nearly 18,000 calls that Pima County Sheriff's Department.
It's impressive that so many tips are coming in. It allows for more investigation, but you never know where that pertinent tip or tips may apply to locate Nancy. And again, this is an elderly woman who was taken from her home, allegedly, under duress, most likely, not voluntarily. It's a scary feeling for anyone. A, who lives alone. B, who lives in an area like this where there's no real, streetlights, main streets, curbs, sidewalks, right? It's very natural in the area. You can tell by the view. And most of Arizona is like that, but it is building up for different areas. So when you're able to secure a property like this where Nancy lives, it's really wonderful to live there and enjoy life, which is, I believe, all she wanted to do. And I am grateful that Jonathan is live streaming from there versus a bunch more folks, content creators or others, to attend and clog up the area, if you will. It does impact the crime scene. It impacts the law enforcement's duties to investigate. So I'm thankful for Jonathan to live stream. He does about 12 hours a day, early morning. I think he started around 7:30 this morning. And throughout the day, he's been reporting whatever news comes through. Also, he does drive around. Yeah, I know last night he drove around till dark just to hit the streets and see. This morning he stopped at the Circle K that's bringing question regarding surveillance cameras. Spoke with the gentleman late yesterday who gave viewpoint opinions of what's going on and his perspective of what occurred. And that's really like down.
Okay, I'll see you.
The people in the area, right? Just speaking their mind, sharing their thoughts, which is very helpful when you think about it because you never know where the next tip may come from. Teresa makes a good point. Based on Jonathan Lee Rich's driving around videos, you could easily see you can miss.
All right, I got some new information. The other guy's been cleared.
Took how many days to find gloves, right?
So according to NBC, this guy has been cleared. Law enforcement has cleared this guy. So that is coming out now the last 10 minutes. He has been cleared, not involved whatsoever. According to NBC, they say 2 law enforcement sources tell them that this guy has been cleared. So he's not involved.
For us.
Just a rando, unrelated guy He's been cleared. So, remember this guy. He's been cleared. Cleared. Probably came out about 10 minutes ago.
which is very
Cleared. Cleared.
impressive of the law enforcement
Not involved.
to follow through and verify
He has been
that had nothing
cleared.
to do with it, right?
Cleared.
And everything should be
So
investigated.
move on from him. That was quick. You know why he's probably been cleared? Because the FBI probably knows who did this or who's involved and know this wackadoodle here.
And that would be a comment from Jonathan based on his own opinions. Keep that in mind. We don't really know what's going on behind
What do you think?
the scenes with law enforcement and
We get a different view. What do you want to see? Here, I'll go down here a little bit. We get a different view. Yeah, we'll get the sunset view. Go down here. View down the street. Just see who's coming around.
a lot of vehicles parking and driving through, as well as pedestrians. You can see the flowers that have been collected in
We'll keep this here for
front
a
of
minute.
Nancy's house in hopes that she'll be found safely. And this is Campbell Road. It's a pretty long road, and it does bring you into the, how should I say it, the city area, if you will. So she lives kind of countryside, if you will, but just down the road there, you have a Circle K, you have businesses.
Oh, so my Amazon.
Not that
Amazon's on the property. Amazon. It's walking on the property. Amazon is on the crime scene property. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. They just let you walk on. Who was it for, Nancy?
That's what it said.
It said for Nancy. Thank you. Somebody delivered Nancy an Amazon.
So keep that in mind that something was delivered by Amazon. I don't think it's
There you
important
go.
at this point, but whatever's in the package might be of importance to law enforcement. And
Amazon guy just walked right up into
we
the
shall
driveway.
see if it's actually something personal that was ordered or if it contains some pertinent information regarding her disappearance.
It's like the pizza guy.
He parked 3 miles down the street to deliver that package.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not getting stuck over here.
There you go, folks. Amazon back on the property. Somebody else.
We were just talking about the Amazon drivers too.
Yeah, we were talking about the Amazon drivers. I mean, how's people able to just walk onto the house? This is crazy. Yeah, he walked on the property again. But he handed law enforcement the package.
He just took it from.
He said it was addressed to Nancy.
I mean, this should have been yellow tape the whole time.
So as you can see, it's somewhat winding down. I'm going to stop sharing the live coverage from Jonathan at this point. Just to let you know, there's still investigations going on. Evidence is still being gathered. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of prayers being put out there, flowers being still dropped off, if you will, in front of Nancy's house. We'll probably find out more information tomorrow, if not this evening. So keep your eyes and ears open. monitor social media, monitor any news channels you enjoy or watch, and let's see if we get some additional information. I don't do breaking news. I just do recaps each day because as things unfold, it's not about me, it's about Nancy. So the goal is for her to be back with her family, safe and sound, and hopefully we'll hear some positive news any minute, right? You never know. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for attending today, and I hope that Nancy does return safely. I will keep my eyes and ears open and monitor the news, and we will see what new items come to play to the public, either via press conference or through the social media or other media outlets. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And again, the FBI contact number is 1-800-CALL-FBI, as well as you can reach out via the internet to tips.fbi.gov. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye now.